This week, Manhwa taught me one simple lesson. Doing the right thing can get you killed. Getting dumped is the least of your problems when you can get poisoned for drinking a Coke, fed to a dragon for being weak, or executed for following the rules perfectly. I spent this week reading these broken world manhwas so you don't have to. And honestly, it feels like every author personally hates their main character. These stories are full of betrayal, poison, dragons, and systems designed to crush you for absolutely no reason. If you missed any shorts this week, this video puts all of them in one place. Welcome to worlds where fairness does not exist. Imagine dying once and then waiting thousands of years just to die again. After death, a man found himself stuck in an endless line waiting for his turn to meet the goddess of reincarnation. Thousands of years passed before he finally reached her. She told him he had to drink from a sacred river that would wipe all his memories before he could be reincarnated. But just as he approached the river, the sky split apart. A purple demon broke into the heavenly realm and attacked the goddess. Their battle was so destructive that the entire place started collapsing. Fearing death a second time, the man panicked and jumped straight into the river. But the blood of both the goddess and the demon had already mixed into the water. He unknowingly swallowed it, and his soul was launched across countless worlds. Every species rejected him until he finally entered the body of a human, surrounded by violent orange demonic monkeys. The leader stepped forward and sliced his face open effortlessly. This is how Return of the Runebound Professor begins. This guy's luck is so bad that even reincarnation couldn't save him. He somehow avoided getting hit by a truck, but later died while trying to save a little girl. When he reincarnated in another world as a demon, things only got worse. Out of nowhere, a massive sword was stabbed straight through his back by his own sister. When he asked her why, she coldly replied, "Because I hate you. That's it." As she prepared to finish him off, their older brother suddenly appeared and stopped her. He gave the MC what he claimed was a healing potion. But it wasn't healing at all. It was poison. The MC began convulsing in agony, and that's when their father, the Demon King, arrived. He grabbed the brother and sister by the neck and crushed the MC under his foot as well. After beating all three of them brutally, he simply walked away. As the MC lay there dying, he remembered his childhood. He once cried to his mother, saying his sister stabbed his eye with a fork and his brother poisoned his food. Her response? "So what? Kill them before they kill you." And as she said that, she stabbed him too. This is the story of Dungeon Architect. She tried to dump him. He walked away. A beautiful girl from a wealthy family calls her boyfriend to a crowded market just to break up with him and embarrass him. She believes he doesn't deserve her, so she makes sure everyone is watching. As people gather, she coldly tells him, "Let's break up, and don't cry or beg." The crowd immediately sides with her, saying the poor guy was never good enough anyway. But instead of breaking down, the boy calmly replies, "All right, I don't have much to say." Everyone is stunned. The girl starts wondering if he's only pretending not to care. She warns him, "Once I leave, I'll never come back." He simply answers, "Don't act like you're some angel. If you want to leave, then go. I have things to do." What no one knows is that this boy is from the future. He already knows a monstrous apocalypse is coming, one where Earth's temperature rises above 80 degrees Celsius and the world collapses. He's lived through it once before, and this time, he's ready. This is the story of Dumped by My Girlfriend, I Turned to Martial Arts. They insulted his mother, so he snapped. Leon is a half-blood born from an ogre father and a human mother. His father abandoned them and left his mother alone in a quiet village. Even with a massive body, Leon can speak and live like a human. He works as a guide for a group of mercenaries. One day, a red-haired mercenary accuses Leon of being a threat to the kingdom and planning rebellion. Leon stays calm and brings them to meet his mother. She turns out to be a noblewoman living peacefully in the countryside. Instead of calming down, the man insults her. He calls Leon a beast and mocks her for giving birth to a mongrel. That is when Leon finally attacks him. But instead of supporting Leon, the mercenaries twist the story and blame him. This is the story of Half-Blood. Imagine getting dumped and poisoned on the same day. This boy comes from a cultivator family, and everyone expects him to become strong one day. Instead, his girlfriend decides he is not worth waiting for anymore. She breaks up with him and blames his messy hair. That excuse lasts 2 seconds. The real reason is that she feels disappointed in him. The boy does not argue. He calmly asks her to return the spiritual stones he gave her. That single request flips her switch completely. She instantly enters ugly ho mode. She starts yelling and cursing him. She tells him he will never be happy in his life. The boy repeats his demand for the spiritual stones. She refuses and runs away like consequences are optional. Later at work, the boy rests quietly. The manager notices and asks what happened. After hearing about the breakup, he smiles and hands him a Coke. The boy drinks it and feels refreshed for a few seconds. Then he collapses. He wakes up tied up and beaten. A dragon suddenly appears. The manager explains that the boy is weak but comes from a cultivator bloodline. The dragon asks the boy for his final words. The boy smirks and tells the dragon to brush his teeth before eating him. The dragon loses its temper and eats him alive. In extreme pain, a forbidden bloodline awakens. A curse binds them together. They share pain and keep reviving until they die at the same time. Imagine becoming the strongest without doing anything. Alan becomes the strongest person without training or fighting. All he does is adopt 5 children. These children are known as the Sins. In the future, they are destined to become the main villains of the world. After becoming his children, they remove anyone who disturbs Alan's peace. If someone interrupts his sleep, they are eliminated immediately. When Alan's brothers and even his father bully him, they are erased as well. Overnight, Alan becomes the family head without knowing how his children are so powerful that they wipe out kingdom-level threats in just 5 days. Meanwhile, Alan believes they are simply living a calm and peaceful life together. One day, Alan attends a noble party. Everyone avoids him and whispers that he is cruel, even though he has no powers. Then a red-haired noble lady approaches him. Alan greets her politely because he recognizes her instantly. She is the villainess of the kingdom, even more dangerous than his own family. But instead of hostility, she becomes interested in Alan. She wants to talk with him more. That completely shocks Alan. This is the story of raising villains, the right way. Imagine following every rule and still getting killed. A group of heroes finally kill the strongest demon king, Berserk. Even at death, he cannot understand how he lost. Back at the Demon Academy, Burz was a prodigy. He followed every Demon King rule created by the first Demon Emperor, a sacred rulebook every Demon King worshipped blindly. Basically, Demon Kings were running on an ancient instruction manual. The rules were simple. Build a tall demon tower so heroes can climb easily, fill the first floor with weak monsters so heroes can warm up kidnap, a famous princess so human rage powers you, which sounds smart until you realize you are training your enemies for free. Burz followed every step perfectly and still got defeated, because apparently perfection is overrated. The heroes mocked him and explained the truth. Those weak monsters were perfect training dummies. The Demon Tower was basically a public gym. Demon Kings had been raising heroes like proud godfathers for generations. That was when Burz realized the entire Demon King tradition was trash, and he died, knowing he played himself. But Burz opened his eyes again. Back in his academy days, as demons waited for him to take the sacred oath, he snapped and shouted that Demon King standards were complete trash. The hall went into rage mode, like he just insulted the Demon Emperor and their favorite idol. They kicked him out and sent him to Arian, a monster-filled wasteland meant as punishment. But for Burz, it was perfect. Finally, a place with no rules and no audience. Here he could break every tradition. Build a tower. Heroes could not casually climb and stop babysitting his enemies, instead of kidnapping a famous princess. He took a low-class one, so the kingdom would not even bother sending strong heroes. This time, Burz planned to outsmart every hero. This is the story of the Demon King overrun by heroes. Looking back at all these stories, the pattern is impossible to ignore. None of these characters failed because they were weak. They failed because they trusted systems that were never built to protect them. They followed the rules. They played fair. They believed effort would be rewarded. And every time that belief got them betrayed, poisoned, erased, or killed. These worlds don't punish evil. They punish obedience. And the moment a character survives is the moment they stop asking for permission to live. That's the real lesson these manhwas keep repeating. Fairness is a myth. Survival is a choice.